Hi, we're the Nicholson twins.
And consider yourselves warned.
We're about to spoil 40 dual pieces we've competed against this year.
In one take.
In under 3 minutes.
Starting with the national qualifiers.
Starting now.
Carolyn and Michael's baby is born 1 month early. The baby then dies, and Carolyn tells Michael that she can't love him anymore.
Florence has a recital at Carnegie Hall, and she and Cosme end up together, but then she dies.
Peter Pan defeats Captain Hook and saves Wendy.
Peter Pan defeats Black Stash and saves Molly. Wait, what?
Bobby goes off to college, and Mr. Grump realizes how great their friendship is.
Megan and her mother reconcile after Megan is diagnosed with cancer.
The 3 little wolves and the big bad pig become good friends, and they all live happily ever after.
Willy Wonka gives Charlie the chocolate factory, and they all live happily ever after.
The girl gets very rich, Hansel and Gretel kill the witch, Cinderella marries the prince, and they all live happily ever after. And also no fairy godmother.
This time, there is a fairy godmother, and it turns out to be Alex and Connor's grandmother, and she saves them from the land of stories, and they all live happily ever after.
Ronaldo and Jameson realize they're long-lost brothers, and the wild goose jumps up for being dead.
Is that what happened?
I think so.
Lone Star defeats Dark Helmet and destroys Mega Maid. Lone Star's a badass!
Alice has an adventure in Wonderland. Duh.
Alice has an adventure in Wonderland. Duh. Wait, why did we say that twice?
Oh, 2 teams did that one.
Oh.
Coraline
Coraline
rescues her parents, but her other mother vows revenge.
Tarzan rescues his family from poachers, and he and Jane end up together.
An abridged Bible. Duh.
They find Nemo. Duh.
A book of awesome things. Duh.
It chronicles the struggle of the modern day women. But we laughed anyway, because we're all such great people!
A daughter tells her mother the story of how she fears her mother's cancer.
Esther Payne is caught reading and is forced to wear a cursive letter upon her forehead.
Edgar turns out to be Dr. Parker's son, and the reason for the cattle plague.
Norman saves the town from the witch's curse.
Hiccup shows the Vikings that dragons are really good, and he earns his father's acceptance.
Gru defeats Vector and is reunited with his adopted daughters.
Alice hallucinates about an adventure in Wonderland because she had some really bad cafeteria food.
Jack returns to Halloween Town and Christmas is saved!
An account of the Trojan War as if it were told by 8-year-old boys. Also lots of slow motion.
The Cat in the Hat and the 2 kids clean up the house before the mother comes home.
Mary rats out the matron, and it ends as Mary's about to have a lobotomy.
Hans Frankenstein reanimates the monster and becomes Young Frankenstein!
All the characters annoy the narrator, who gives himself top billing.
Bobby Wilson returns home and who tricks his sister, who gets mailed away.
Oh, they all break up.
Terry's beloved script gets turned into a zombie movie.
The main character has to deal with his wife's death and learns to get over it.
Flynn Rider cuts Rapunzel's hair, and they'll live happily ever after!
The first dummy gets steamrolled, but then Slappy turns out to be alive too!
And finally, Sherlock Holmes defeats Moriarty. And Miss Brown and Rodney end up together! And I mean, come on, what was so hard to figure out about that?
Well, actually, I thought it was elementary, my dear Watson. Thank you guys for making it such a great first year of speech for us, and we look forward to seeing all you guys next year. Oh, for you seniors, it was great meeting you guys, and we love to keep in touch.
Good luck at States!